Namaste, my friends. Thank you for clicking on this video. Much gratitude to you. I hope your life is going well. We are in a Mercury retrograde, and we're also in a very intense time with the Sun in Scorpio and the Sun on approach for Saturn. I do want to make a quick announcement, though, which is that I'm working on the horoscopes right now, and in the Mercury grade, I have been doing my best to keep up with everything, but as you know, life and priorities are changing. And that's really here to talk about. I'm changing, that's for sure. And that's what Scorpio is about. In the next 30 days, many people on the planet are going to transform themselves, or they already have, but they're going to reveal it to you. And you yourself, if you're watching this, are transforming too. Now, this is a rare time. It doesn't happen very often. In fact, the last time it happened was the transition from the quote 70s to the quote 80s. And actually, the transition culturally didn't happen until the early 80s. In fact, we had like this number of things like video and MTV and cocaine and weird cultural stuff that really jolted us out of a very strange 70s period, indeed, into an even maybe say stranger 80s period, and that conservatism and everything. So I'm not saying that we're going to repeat that. I certainly hope not. It looks like we tried to recently. It looks like there was an attempt for a very conservative side to take over government just recently with the shutdown and whatnot, and it looks like didn't work. So we're not going to repeat what we did in the 80s. Thank goddess for that. But what this is about your own emotional boundaries with certain things. Your own emotional boundaries with certain things. Where you draw the line with yourself and you say enough is enough. This is the Scorpio energy. This is the Pluto energy. Pluto is the last rock. They don't want to call it a planet anymore. Fine with us astrologers. We're still talking about it though. Pluto is the last rock. And from people going into our solar system, Pluto is the first rock. For people going into your consciousness, Pluto is the first rock. When someone wants to come visit Earth, they've got to get past Pluto to get to Earth. It is the last stand. It is the castle. And Scorpios are the ones making those last stands. And you're going to see that Scorpios are the ones changing the most right now on planet Earth during their birthday period. It's been brewing for a long time, because they are changing the way they emotionally feel on the inside. And they really are very strong at drawing those boundaries with themselves, but they usually do take a long time to get there, so don't underestimate them for 1 minute. Now, that said, what does that mean and why am I here? Well, first of all, as my intention to be a teacher, my apologies for not having the horoscopes up. I really do want to be there every week, but I have to let you know that when things go hard on me, I have to stop there with those first, because those are the things I give away. And I don't want to. So what I've changed here in my metamorphosis of my personal boundaries are, for one, I used to just go quiet and hide when I couldn't be there for the world. And now I'm changing my own comfort zones with myself, and I'm coming on camera and saying, I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you this week. I wanted to be. And it's because I'm connected and want to stay connected. And this is part of what Scorpio and the Sun in Scorpio is about who are we connected to and who are we not connected to. So I want to say I have much gratitude, and I am grateful that you stay connected to me. And if you clicked on this, you stay connected. Thank you. The next thing I want to say is something else that's uncomfortable for me and has always been uncomfortable for me. But I've come to a point where I have to, which is that I need your help. I'm not a person that ever asks for help. I'm always the person that wants to give it, and I have to practice what I preach, which is that I could really use some help from people if you have it in you to purchase something at soulmart.me. This keeps me on the air and keeps me able to provide. When people aren't buying even the smallest things, it does shut the ability for me to focus on the message, and I'm suddenly scrambling to worry about the basics in life. And I want you to know with my heart that I'm not in this for the money. If I was, I think I would be rich. So I'm changing those boundaries, but one of the things I've realized I have to do is actually ask for help. So If you have extra, and if you have been wanting to buy a reading with me or wanting to buy a video or anything, please do it this time. It would be very helpful to me, and I'm taking a risk in opening up. And that really leads me to the next part of this video, which is, are you opening up? We're at this very powerful time, and a lot of people, I think, want help but don't ask for it, just like me. And I'm here for those people because I understand it the most. I mean, I just showed you. And that was genuine, and it was hard. I meditated before I came on camera to do that. But at the end of the day, like I like to say, this is a very powerful time with the Sun in Scorpio where you have choices in the next 30 days to transform yourself. And that means that you're going to have to probably reach out and do something you're uncomfortable with. Now, in this Mercury retrograde, that's what our minds are suggesting. Our minds are backing up, rethinking, retalking, reconsidering, reprocessing, just exactly what it is that is getting at us, or where the problem is, or what it is that we don't feel right about. And this is all leading up to next week, where the Sun will cross over Saturn, and it will do so after, may I say, an eclipse. We now have a solar eclipse. We now have a strong, strong investment of energy coming up. And I will take this moment to tell you, I'm recording the horoscopes. I'm recording them, and I'm recording them from a period that will give you a full window around all the events. So I'm going to take care of you in one video, even if it goes long. So I'm taking extra time. And, whether people buy stuff or not, I'm going to do that. I love you, and it makes me feel good to know that I've done something for the world at the end of the day. And that's what I'm getting to with the Sun in Scorpio. Folks, we have to make a decision now. If you haven't noticed, the world is in a critical moment, and it's not that I want to do any kind of fear-mongering, but if you've had a dream that the world can be a different place, this is the time that you need to put your money where your mouth is and put your foot down in your own life and everywhere. You see, because the people who want to do harm are people who basically don't want to work or try. They just are lazy. They don't want to carry their own luggage. They kind of want to enslave the population, and this is through all sorts of things. In fact, Pluto's in Capricorn right now, so that means that the rules are going to change. And the last time that Pluto was in Capricorn, we went around saying things like taxation without representation. Well, it's funny if you think about it. We have a lot of taxation without representation right now. I feel very much taxed when it comes to, OPEC and oil prices. And I don't feel like I'm represented there at all. I feel very much taxed by credit card companies, and I don't feel represented there at all either. I think there's taxation without representation by the world banking system, because I see all sorts of trickle-down things that hurt me and tax my life that I did not have representation on. So strangely enough, I think we're finding ourselves with a different ruler, and I think we're going to define what that is in the coming days. Because with the Sun in Scorpio, the truth comes out. And with the Sun crossing Saturn and with this solar eclipse coming up, the universe is making a huge investment in truth. Truth. That's really what happens with Pluto. Pluto's job is to keep the wrong stuff out of this solar system. Pluto's job in your life is to keep the wrong stuff out of your solar system. You are the Sun, and you have 11 states of awareness spinning around you. You are love. You are the center of that solar system. And so with the Sun in Scorpio, what we're actually deciding is what comes in our solar system and what doesn't come in our solar system. That's people, that's ideas, that's everything. Ideas are Jupiter halfway in between, our beliefs. So what you're transforming in the next 30 days is you're making a decision about what you will allow into your solar system, and you're making a decision also about what you do within your solar system, the boundaries within yourself. And in this particular time, just like between the 70s and the 80s, it's almost like God's going to slap your back, whoosh, and it's going to stick that way for 30 years. Now, I'm not saying you can't unstick it, and I'm not saying you're not living in a state of free will. You certainly are. But what happens in these times of fate is that the decisions you make sometimes can catapult you very far in a short amount of time. And we're in one of those weird twists of fate, according to the planets, in the next 2.5 weeks. I have been actually kind of waiting for this moment my whole life, thinking for a long time, hoping, projecting onto the planets that it was before. But I have to say very calmly that I think this is it. And I think that what you should be doing, should, is listening to your heart, the sun, in the center of your solar system. Listening to your thoughts, that's Mercury spinning around, yeah, but you want to be aware of your whole being right now, especially Pluto, your final energetic barrier. What gets in that energy and what doesn't get in that energy? That's the question. And then once you are of integrity, the next question is, what solar systems do you want to do business with, and what solar systems do you not want to do business with? That's the next question. And the final, chapter 3 of Intimate Boundaries, is alliances. Now that you have your solar system, now that you know that you want to do certain business with these types of solar systems and you want to avoid those types of solar systems or black holes, then you go to the third chapter, which is where we get right around Thanksgiving, right before we move into Sagittarius. We get in these very high-minded strategic alliances. In fact, in a way, in the United States anyways, the people you have Thanksgiving with is almost like the people you're either checking in on from a long time ago or you're investing in for the next year. But it's very much about high-minded strategic alliances, the families, the important ones, right? So this particular year, we are clearing out what is definitely not our business. We're heading on to what should be our business. And by the end of the Scorpio, we're making alliances that will last maybe for 30 years or a lifetime. And when we move into Sagittarius, it's going to be like fire hitting the sheets. It's just like, wow, things going fast very quickly, especially as the sun moves towards that galactic center. So for yourself, my friend, first of all, I want to say in an honor-dishonor code, I will be back with the scope soon. I also want to invite you to please support us if you can. You can donate on the homepage if that's what you like to do, or you can buy a video, or you can buy a reading with me. I've changed my readings now, so you can buy 15 minutes, so if you want to just check in. I've got a 30-minute, and I got an hour on sale right now for $97, and this is a great time. You can also buy gift certificates. If you want to buy gifts for people, you can buy it in that sales price now and give it away at Christmas. I want to enter into a co-creation with the people who I'm doing spiritual business with. Co-creation is I invest in you and you invest in me. And the last final thing is I want to invite you to come down to soulgarden.me, because this week we're going to do some Halloween fun stuff. We're actually going to be in costume on camera on Wednesday and Friday. So come on our shows if you want. Come say hi. Meet us on webcam and come be supported. When you come into soulgarden.me, we actually support you. We have a welcome committee that welcomes you. We are listening, and we actually want to support the people who support us. So this doesn't have to be the world that we have, my friends. We can create a world that we want. We can create a world with mutual support. We can create a world with integrity. We can create a world where we help each other and where our solar systems can help each other and we can mutually benefit. So come on down and put on a costume and hang out with us. But also, there's a new manifestation temple in Soul Garden. And this manifestation temple is like literally a little bit of a digital holy room that I myself will go into on a daily basis and send energy to. But this is our experiment where you can come into this room and you can post what you're manifesting, and everyone who comes in blesses it and leaves. So this is a collective conscious group manifestation thing. The only thing is you have to be a member at Soul Garden, so you come in and log in and basically in the comments post what you're manifesting and give us energy. And here's what I would ask. I have my wishes in that room. So if you can't make a purchase, would you come down and give me a prayer? I appreciate it. Otherwise, have a good time in this retrograde. Take a good look at the inside out things. That's what retrograde's about. And make some real clean decisions here between now and when I get back on the air about where your lines are, who's in your solar system, who are you going to align with, and what side are you on? Are you on the side of the star in you? Is that what you're on the side of? Because if the solar system orbits around the heart, which is the sun, everything takes care of itself. If you worry about just one planet, like thoughts, or ego, which is Mars, or Earth, all the details of Earth, and not be sun, heart-centric, well then you can get lost on your way. So in this Scorpio time, where what you're doing is vital, listen to that sun inside of you. If your heart doesn't like it, you're not supposed to do it. And don't worry about how it'll work out. You, I have found, will be rewarded. As always, I have been. For one, by you. So namaste, my friend. I'll see you here in a couple of days, and I'll definitely be on the air in time for the eclipse. Hang tight, and I'll see you soon. Live, love, be. So